Gather close, dear listeners, and let me weave for you a tale of compassion and daring. A tale of Prometheus, the titan who brought fire to humankind. Imagine the world in those earliest days, a place of chill winds and endless night, where people huddled in wooden huts and stared into darkness, longing for warmth that only the gods could grant. In those times, mortals were humble creatures of clay and water. They toiled each day with stone tools, chipping, scraping, forming simple shelters. And when twilight fell, they shivered together, sharing stories by the faint glow of embers that never quite caught. They prayed to the gods for a spark, yet their pleas were met with silence. The Olympians, watching from lofty thrones, deemed humanity unworthy of such power, and let the world grow colder as the sun dipped below the horizon. High among the Titans lived Prometheus, forethought, whose eyes gleamed with curiosity and kindness. He wandered the earth in mortal guise, marveling at human ingenuity, a woman weaving wool into warm garments, a blacksmith hammering crude iron into useful shapes, children fashioning toys from sticks. Yet every marvel faltered when darkness came. One evening by a frozen riverbank, Prometheus watched a family huddle around a clay stove. The mother struck flint against stone, sparking fleeting flashes that vanished into the air. Children's eyes grew heavy with hopelessness. In that moment, Prometheus resolved. He would challenge the gods themselves to bring mortals the gift of fire. Under a velvet sky, Prometheus climbed the steep paths to Olympus, where marble pillars gleamed under starlight. The laughter of nymphs echoed, silver lyres sang, yet he did not linger in the feasting halls. His purpose was singular, to carry warmth back to the earth below. At last he reached Zeus's palace. There before him danced Hestia's eternal flame, a living symbol of divine power. To touch it was to risk the wrath of Zeus, but Prometheus steeled his heart. He scooped a single ember into a hollow fennel stalk, its dry fibers shielding the glow. The flame's light flickered against his gentle smile, as if recognizing the kindness within him. With footsteps soundless as shadows, he slipped away, leaving no trace but the faint warmth lingering in the marble. Down from Olympus he flew, wind whispering hope beneath his cloak. When Prometheus returned, dusk painted the sky in lavender and rose. He entered a village where families huddled in small huts, bracing against the cold. Softly, he held the ember aloft. "Behold," he said, "the gift of warmth and light." At first, the people faced the glowing wick in wonder, unsure. Under his patient guidance, they built a simple hearth of stone. With dried reeds for tinder, they coaxed sparks into flame. The astonishment in their eyes was joyous. Mothers wrapped infants in blankets warmed by fire. Children watched as sparks danced like tiny fireflies. Adults clustered around the hearth, forging rudimentary tools from metal made pliable by heat, cooking grains into nourishing bread. The world seemed to exhale relief as laughter replaced shivers and candlelight banished darkness. But word of this marvel drifted up to Olympus. At dawn, Zeus awakened to find Hestia's hearth dimmed by a single missing ember. Confounded, he summoned his siblings. "Someone has taken my flame," he declared, voice steady but concerned. A hush fell over the assembly as Hermes, fleet-footed messenger, was dispatched to track the thief. Prometheus, meanwhile, walked among the villagers, teaching them to bank the flame, to shield it from wind and rain, and to honor the gift they had received. He spoke not of defiance but of stewardship. "Tend this fire well, for its warmth is our bond of unity." Soon Zeus's heralds arrived, led by Apollo in shimmering robes. They found Prometheus seated before the hearth, staff in hand, lanterns glowing gently. With serene resolve, he faced their questions. "It was I who brought the fire," he confessed, "not to challenge the gods, but to uplift the lands below." Zeus, though not in rage, spoke with firm gravity. "Prometheus, you have chosen mortals over divine decree. Fire is a power that, if misused, can harm as well as heal. To ensure wisdom and humility, I grant you a gentle trial." Thus Prometheus was tasked to shepherd a flock of starlight sheep across the night sky, each evening guiding them through constellations so mortals might read the heavens for seasons and safe passage. This penance was not cruel but reminded him that even noble deeds carry weighty responsibility. Each night Prometheus climbed to the firmament, gathered the luminous sheep, 12 for the months of the year, and led them through starry fields. Below, sailors and farmers watched, learning from the Titan's celestial flock. Over time, civilizations flourished by the hearth's glow. They shaped metal into plowshares that tilled fields, crafted drums and flutes to celebrate beneath bonfires, and spun stories that danced like flames in every heart. When winter's chill returned, families gathered to remember Prometheus, leaving offerings of oil and herbs by their hearths. Priests recounted how one Titan's compassion reshaped the destiny of humankind. Though Prometheus still tended his flock each night, his spirit remained tethered to the world below. He murmured blessings on farmers sowing seed, on children reading by candlelight, on lovers entwined beneath a simple lamp. And Zeus, from his distant throne, watched quietly, awed by the harmony forged between gods and mortals. So, dear friends, whenever you cradle the flame in your hearth or light a single candle for comfort, remember the Titan who bore a spark from Olympus. His gift reminds us that kindness and foresight can warm even the coldest night. Though Prometheus's trial carried him across the stars, his spirit lived on in every hearth and every heart seeking knowledge in its glow. Thus ends the tale of Prometheus and the theft of fire, a story less of violence and more of gentle rebellion and compassion. May the warmth of this story comfort you as you tend your own flames, and may you kindle the bright spark of hope wherever darkness lingers. Farewell until our next tale unfolds beneath the watching stars.